Hey guys, how you doing? Name's Kaio from my honors class. Just wanted to talk a little bit about what I read from this bootleg boot camp article, um, and relate it to a couple things that I think are pretty significant, and it really helps one understand the thought process behind how these big companies become big and so on and so forth. I believe that's the purpose of this class, to not understand the actual physical aspect of how to become that powerhouse, but rather the steps to make those things happen. So I thought this article was awesome. I thought it was very interesting. I took notes on it. A couple of things that I wanted to talk about. And I don't have much visual because the things I'm going to relate to it are something that you could see actually online, and I'm going to talk about that, and also a business that I am currently in the process of starting with my family. I was going to speak about that Facebook like that I presented in class, but that's going to be kind of hard to touch upon because it is something that is not really in the process yet, where this is in the process. So anyway, I want to start off with the first thing that I read, which is empathize. Which goes to the first point on the video that I was talking about. There's a video, it's a TED Talk by Simon Sinek. For those of you that haven't seen it, just type in what, how, why, or Golden Circle, Simon Sinek on YouTube, and take a look at it and really listen, because it seems so common sense, but yet no one understands it until they actually listen to it. So basically what he talks about is this thing that he calls the Golden Circle, which looks something like this. It's kind of messy, I know, but that's what it's like. It's like a target, right? So the outside is the what, the middle is the how, and the inside is the why. Why is this important? Because every company that seems to be successful starts building a relationship with the client from the inside and works its way to the outside, rather than companies that have potential to be successful and are not successful start from the outside and try and get to the inside. However, because they started from that process of the outside, when it gets to the inside, the customer can't really understand what's going on. So empathize is the first step in the thought process, the thought design, and is what I think is the why in the target. So the why. What does your company believe in? What is your company? Or your service, or whatever it is that you're portraying. You have to make sure that the user, the client, or whatever you want to call it, they understand why you do business. What is it that you believe? What makes you different from all the other companies? And the example he uses is Apple. They believe in making the most, I don't remember exactly the words that he used, but the best quality products, the most user-friendly products, and they believe in making something different. And then you start working out. So the why is basically the attention grabber. You show the client why you do what you do. It's basically sharing a belief and making sure that they understand this belief, because if they understand this belief, then they're going to work towards the how you do what you do and what it is that you do. But if they don't believe in what you believe, and they don't feel that what you want to do is interesting to them, then why would they do business with you? It doesn't matter what you make. So that's the first step. Then we go into define, right? Define is what I put down. It's what do users see in common. So based on what you say you're going to be, what kind of company you're going to be. I'm going to be this kind of company. This is what I believe in. Then you start looking at what you're going to be delivering to these people, to these clients, and what is common, what is a common factor that they have that should be addressed. And basically you're defining the problem. So in short terms, you're defining the problem, and I believe that the define would fall under I think it would fall into the how, in the sense that you're defining how you're doing what you believe in. So you're defining how you're going to do the inside part, and go from there. So how do you make what you make? How do you do what you do? It ties into the why. So you need to understand the why to then go to the how, which is exactly why, if you think about it, this design process goes from emphasize to define to ideate to prototype to test. Because when you look at prototype and test, it's all what. Including an ideate can go for how and what. Because if you think about it, your ideating is you're thinking about what it is you're going to do. You're thinking outside the box, making your product different, appealing to people. So you're thinking about how you're doing what you're doing differently, and what you're doing differently. The prototype, you're basically making it. You're starting to develop this idea, this service, this product, whatever. Falls under what? And the test is the physical product or service done, which you're going to sample and then go back to the lab, is what I wrote down, to see if you have anything you need to adjust. So it's funny how they both work the same way. The golden circle, inside out. The idea design, inside out. So that's defined. You go to ideate. How are you going to be different? Because a lot of companies offer the same type of response or answer to a problem, right? So how is it that you are going to make sure that the customer understands that you're doing something different? How are you going to portray to them that this is different? This is not what you've been seeing. This is why we are better. This is why you should do business with us. You start thinking about your target market. You could either have a very small target market, or you can try and aim for a very big target market, which is why I put flexibility down, which is one of the points they talk about. Be flexible, be able to do small, do big, do whatever you want. You need to start thinking the product, the service, how's it going to relate to the client? How to promote, etc. So you're basically in the ideate, in my opinion, you're defining who you are through the empathizing phase. So after you empathize, you see the problem, you gather the information, you see how it is that you can provide something that you believe will fix this problem. Through the ideating process, you come up with the solution, and you come up with the solution in your way that reflects your empathize, that reflects your why, that reflects why you do this and how you do it and why you're different and who you as a organization, company, person are. Then prototype. Use the empathy and use the ideation phase and use the define phase to make whatever it is that you want to make as a company, to make that happen. So you start, developing a look. How do you want people to see you? You start thinking about approaches. Do I want an aggressive approach? Do I want a conservative approach? Changes. That's the time to make the final changes before you make the test. Is your label proper? Is your website good? Is the name exactly the way you want the font? Is your business model? All that stuff. And then you test it. So testing it is actually getting the product or service going out into the public and being like, look, here, I want you to try this. I want to see the feedback. And based on that, as I said before, go back to the lab, fix whatever you need to fix, and then hopefully become a successful company through that, continue sharing your why. So that was basically my golden circle and design thought process link. That's how I see they relate to each other. And like I said before, it's really interesting. I actually noticed that while I was doing the video right now, how they both work in the same order. So very interesting. Now I'm going to go ahead and try and link this company that I'm making called DeBar Laboratories into this mix. So basically, empathize. We see today, I myself, I'm a nutrition freak. I'm in the gym every single day. I always look up supplements online. I want to know everything that's going on, what's new, what's old, what people hate about things, what people love about things. So we came to the conclusion that we wanted to do a supplement line. And the first product we're making in the supplement line is a fat burner. Now, how are we different? We're going to explain. Empathize. I looked into a lot of things, a lot of friends, family, random people that I see in supplement shops. I worked at GNC for a little bit, so I got to experience some of that. A lot of people feel comfortable taking very aggressive supplements that may have many chemicals in it and work, I guess you could say, because you see that look and you're like, that has to work. they market it so well. And then there's other people that feel very comfortable going with a completely organic form of that. Something that's very herbal, very no chemicals in it. Although it's going to take a long time, it might not even work. But because they want to lose the weight and they don't want to exercise and they're lazy or whatever, they take it anyway. And so I came up with, originally I was going to go for a very organic feel because my family already owns a supplement line that's a completely organic supplement line, but we target a different market. So I came up with this idea. Let's make a natural organic product. It's going to be a natural product. It's not going to have chemicals in it. It's going to work, but we're going to give it this look, and it's going to be a very aggressive look. It's going to be like, oh, that's a laboratory that makes like powerful stuff. It has to work. They market it so well, like it looks so aggressive. It has to do something. It has to work. But we make everything natural. There's no chemicals. There's no side effects. It's a herbal product. So we tried giving this very large market, target market that are interested, from very young to very old, in being in shape and losing weight. Even if they're healthy, or even if they're active or they're not active, regardless, give them that option. Like, oh, that looks good. It has to work, but it's natural, so I'm not going to have any side effects. I feel comfortable taking this product, and I am confident that it's going to work. So, based on that, empathizing that, and figuring out that customers wanted something, well, what we believe is that customers want something that works but can't harm you in the long run. We define the problem. Problem is many people, statistic, I don't really know the statistic right now, but a ridiculous amount of people in the United States are overweight. And the sad reality is, regardless of them being overweight, they want to lose weight, but they still eat bad, they don't exercise. Some do, but some don't. So what did we want to do? We wanted to make a product that will help you lose weight regardless of being active or not active. Obviously, we would like to provide some sort of exercise routine and promote the healthy lifestyle along with the product, but we wanted to give a product that will work and won't harm you. Because a lot of people don't take it because they think the chemicals are going to harm their body, and they do. In the long term, they really do. There are side effects to these kind of chemical compounds. Came up with statistics, etc. Ideate. So based on this is how we started to think outside the box. How we're going to portray our product, how we're going to portray our company, a strong, aggressive laboratory that offers products that work, that won't harm your body, that are natural, that are herbal, and that will satisfy your needs. The flexibility came into play because originally we were going to take the organic approach, and I thought about it. I came up with another product for the line, which I'm not going to talk about now. But I decided that I didn't want to just target, older women that want to lose weight, or only women that want to lose weight. I want to target a very large market. And this second product in the line is what's going to help me do that. Target men, young athletes, old athletes, anything it is. And they can take it because it's natural and it works. And that's who we are as a company. And I was speaking to someone that was helping me put together my website and my marketing campaign and all that. He asked me, what would you, as a person, what would you define? If you were a character or a person to define your company, what would it be? And I gave him Amazon Girl. It's a natural, very natural, very respected figure, but it's aggressive. It's you don't mess with it. You respect it. You know that when it wants to get the job done, it gets the job done. But it's like a natural, graceful kind of a thing. So that's kind of who we are. Prototype. Started off with the label. The products are already ready. The formulation is already ready. It's a very good formulation that we're getting from Brazil because my uncle is a pharmacist there, and he gets formulations together. Gonna patent it here and everything. And we started off with the look. So I came up with this label. This is what I came up with. See, it has that gold. It's kind of like a smooth organic look to it with some cool font. It has that kind of like a very powerful supplement look to it as well, which I like. And the only thing I didn't like is the logo that we have for the company, but I'll get into that later. So we came up with the prototype. You know, the bottles are going to be, these are going to be put on bottles soon. They're going to be encapsulated. They're going to be sent back to us, and the product's going to be ready to go. And this is the first step in the company. Obviously, I have that second product in the line, which is something that will come with time, but step by step. You know, the website's in the process of being made. Everything that, the vision that I have for this company is all being made. So that's the prototype phase. You make it, you make sure it works the way you want it to work before you release it to the public, which is the phase that I'm in right now. You know, and then from then on you go to testing. So, well, before I go into testing, the prototype, the label. The label is something that I liked, but I didn't like the logo for the company, so I went ahead and I gave it that aggressive look that I wanted to give it. It's in the process of being made as well. We're going to put it on here. It's going to give a whole different look to our product. One of those looks that when you see what we did with the logo, you're going to know what company you're talking about. So that just goes back to revision. Then the test. Product's ready, you give it to people. Say, like, this product does this, it has this in it, it works, it's natural, it's an aggressive product. Take it and tell me what you think. Give out samples, exposure, you know, go through my website. We're going to do social media marketing. We're going to blast social media, make sure that everyone's aware of the product so that when the website's ready to go, it releases and all the followers have the opportunity to check the product out. We're going to have deals, specials, you know, because it's a new product. We want people to try it. Maybe give them some sort of benefit for giving us the feedback from the product. You know, I'm going to use my fraternity members to try the product. I'm going to use all of the people I know, all of the connections I have to make sure that this product is good and get the feedback that I need to be able to promote the product the way I want to promote it, and so that people believe it, because I think the testing is where you build the credibility. Once you test it and you get the results, people start believing or they don't believe, and that's why our website is going to have a whole area where you can talk about what the product did for you and how it's good and why you should take it and why you should believe in it. And then if there's anything that I don't like the response, then we go back and we review and we revise and we see what it is that we can do to change the product. And I know it's kind of a long video, but that's basically how I see that this thought process links into the golden circle, which is something that I used to really try to follow before this thought process came along, and now I'm trying my best to implement this into my business that I'm starting right now. And hopefully with the right feedback from the surveys I'm going to do for the like business that I want to do as well, I can follow this and it can be successful. And again, Kayo, sorry for the extended video, but that's basically how I see these things linked together.